Cheers everyone and welcome back to the channel. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous reviews, but I had sort of intended to mention that going forward I'm going to be talking about a lot of older releases that I have bought and owned for I guess a bit of a while. The reason for that is I'm taking sort of a sabbatical from buying anything new for a while. Back starting like the beginning of the summer last year, I started to catalog my entire music collection on Discogs. And when all was said and done, I discovered that I had almost 1,600 different albums on between CD, tape, and vinyl. And I was like, that's a lot of music, man. There's a lot of stuff I have, at least as far as these channels are concerned, not talked about, but just not listened to in a really long time. And I figured now that I'm kind of trying to make a comeback with this channel, I wanted to talk about some of these records that have just sort of been sitting on my shelf for a long time, and just, not always these videos or these reviews get a lot of views, but I hope that, like, at the very least, like, someone is intrigued enough to, like, look the stuff up on, like, Spotify if it's there, or, YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into another review, man. So today I wanted to talk about Necropolis and their album Necrosphere. So Necropolis, as a starting point, according to Discogs, there is no less than 34 different bands, projects, what have you, named Necropolis. This particular Necropolis comes from Russia and was the creation of an unknown individual. This album, which is called Necrosphere, was originally released in 2003 on the Zezlobot label. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's in Russian. I don't know. But it was originally limited to just 85 copies, and apparently it made a small little impact back then. And then it was re-released in 2006 by Cold Spring Records, which is the version I have here. I first became aware of this version back then because Cold Spring Records had sent a copy of this to one of my associates that was, helping me with learning hypnosis back then. And she, gave a really positive review, and she was like, definitely look this up, And then I had intended to buy it back then, but what can I say? A decade or so. No, actually about 12 or 13 years passed before I finally got this in my collection. And the only reason, honestly, truth be told, is I got it in my collection because I found it on Discogs for like $3 or $4, and I was like, all right, well, I'm a real positive review, so let's give it a shot. So Necropolis and Necrosphere is the one and only album from this Russian artist. No one seems to know who the artist is or what he's been doing since then, which is a bit of a shame because this is very, very good. This is what I guess I would call traditional or just straightforward dark ambient. Very minimal, just sort of slow creeping darkness. And this is dark ambient that it's not for everyone, especially nowadays in a scene where so many people are obsessed with the more cinematic variant of dark ambient, and that's in a way kind of become the standard, I guess, maybe. But I'm always a fan of both creating this style and listening to this kind of style, because this to me is dark ambient in its purest form, or as I said, traditional dark ambient. Slow creeping darkness, slowly evolving drones, very minimal melodic touches to this. This is this first dark ambient I became aware of, and the first dark ambient I really fell in love with, and it's always fun, returning this kind of stuff, and listening to this kind of stuff gives me a lot of motivation for my side project, House of the Maker, which of course some of you have heard and supported, and I really thank you guys for doing that. I've had a lot of fun with that project. I'm actually creating some new stuff, so hopefully I can have that out in the next couple of months. We shall see. But yeah, very minimal stuff here, very slowly evolving darkness, and I really like this a lot. This is the kind of album where like you could sit and chill and listen to the whole thing and relax, but you could also pass into sleep and be undisturbed. And as I've kind of stated before, when you're passing into sleep and listening to this slowly traditional dark ambient music, you sort of have this it has a sort of psychedelic or hallucinogenic kind of effect on you as it passes to sleep. And it's a feeling that I can't really describe, but it's very ominous, and I love it. It's very cool because it really, you might not even be totally asleep when you listen to this kind of music, but you really experience this sort of euphoria, I guess, when you listen to this stuff. And man, this is great stuff. So yeah, man, if you were into that really, staggering, slow, ominous drones and just slow-paced traditional dark ambient, you're really gonna dig this. And so yeah, look at the front cover. Then it has this dilapidated, looks like a warehouse or something like that. Perhaps it's, some, I don't know. I don't really know where these photos originate from, but definitely it's an abandoned structure. And there's another look at the booklet there. As you can see, more abandoned stuff. And there's a look at the booklet there inside. And yeah, it's not a whole lot is really known about this project, which is really a shame. And there is an email address in here, and I thought about sending this person a message, but I figure this is a release from 2006. Is this email address even valid, or is anyone even gonna answer? I don't know. Oh, I should probably also mention that the original release just contained the song Necrosphere, a 29-minute song, whereas this reissue adds the song Morning Air, which is a 14-minute and 9-second song. Again, very much in that same style, but this is obviously the version to go with, as I'd imagine that original 85 copies version is a bit hard to track down, but who knows. Either way, this is, if you like that, again, traditional dark ambient, this is one you should definitely look up, because you can score it off at Discogs right now for like $3 or $4, and it's really worth it. Really good atmospheric darkness, so definitely check it out. Necropolis, Necrosphere.